I knew I wanted to wait to see what he was actually going to say, and Shannon Sharpe just continues to be an embarrassment. He did not disappoint at all. Let's get into it, y'all. Hi, my loves. It's Dre, my lady girl from around the way, where we have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I'm coming to you all with some commentary about Shannon Sharpe's recent fire from ESPN and his commentary about that, his comments on it. I knew I wanted to wait because a man like him is never going to take full accountability. He is going to try to deflect and do all of the things that these type of men do. And, he did exactly that. Now, before I hop into it though, sister, make sure you like this video. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you are into this kind of thing. We do popular events, popular culture commentary, and we talk about them in a way that helps us reshape and reframe our paradigm so we can live the life we desire. Now, Shannon Sharpe, I have been really kind of critical of him from the beginning since he would make comments about Black women and their hairstyles. He just looks like the type of person or the type of old school man who would be at the cookout and say something offensive to you and your homegirls, either sexually inappropriate or possibly colorist. I just felt it in my spirit that he was going to have to need a talking to at some point, and this is why I continue to be on his throat. He did a few things that I didn't like. He invited the one guy to the podcast when primarily he had a lot of Black followers. I just feel like Shannon Sharpe. You know how like you just know it in your spirit. I just knew it was something about um the he was positioned as an authority, but you can see that he just doesn't have it. Yeah, I've been on his heels for a minute. Well, anyway, he was recently involved in a scandal, okay, in a scandal where he allegedly raped someone. Now, this girl had come out and leaked voicemails that he left her, and he was, making and hurling insults about her. He basically was threatening her. And what a lot of people are not talking about is he sodomized this girl, right? Can I say this on here? I don't know. Anyway, they met at 19. And he was at the gym. He was at the gym. She was at the gym. Okay. And this is the thing. They try to make it seem like, oh, I'm this big Black man and I'm smart and I know what I'm doing and I manage my money, this and the third. But you got marked out by a 19-year-old girl in the gym. Okay. These old men don't be nothing but lust buckets and lust bombs, and that shit creep up on them and they can't handle. They can't handle. He trying to be like this authority in this space, and I'm a Hall of Famer, nigga. You ain't nothing but a trick. Okay. And a mark. How you a trick and a mark? and then got caught up by a 19-year-old. Okay, they acting like she don't know what she was doing and she's the OnlyFans model. You thinking that you setting her sights on you, whole time she's setting her sights on you, nigga. Like it just is what it is. It's very clear. So after the scandal came out, he kind of parted ways with ESPN and said that he will be back and he will be returning for football season, which we're almost in the preseason. August will be here pretty soon. And after he settled with this woman for upward of $20 million. The day after the settlement, the young lady, the young woman announced that she was retiring from OnlyFans. Okay, she hit the biggest trick of them all. She hit the biggest mark of them all. And now she doesn't have to ball like that. She don't have to do anything. All she has to do is spend this man's money. Now, I don't really have too much of a critique for this young woman because that is her profession. Okay, you expect hoes to be hoes, you expect sex workers to be sex workers, you expect people to be who they are. She was an OnlyFans model. He decided his big grown ass with years of experience, professional and personal lived experience, decided to link with her and do these things. So I mean, like, are we mad at the 304 for being a 304? I mean, she did enter into this space as an OnlyFans model, correct? I think that Shannon, again, use a dummy, ho. Use a dummy, bitch. Like, why would you do that? So after the leaked voice notes or whatever, he goes on to say this is a shakedown. Black men love this word. It's a shakedown. It's a shakedown. Is it a shakedown or is it an exposure of your sexual deviances? Which one is it? Is it a shakedown or are we exposing the perversion? Let's be very clear. And this is why I don't want, as Black people, for us to get caught up in the, oh, we need to protect, no. Right is right and wrong is wrong. What is this big grown ass man doing and peddling and meddling with a 19-year-old girl? Child, really? Do you remember you at 19? Were you hardly an adult? How about you think about your daughter at 19? Come on now, y'all. Let's start to have real conversations, right? And so while he is, making it seem like, oh, it was a shakedown and this, that, and the third, why were you in a position to get got? Why were you in a position to get got again with your big grown ass? So this is what he had to say, and I'll just play it here. He's doing a whole bunch of deflecting. He wanted ESPN to wait because his brother's being abducted into the Hall of Fame in the center. Here we go. Let's play it now.
Started. Obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted it to be about him, and I wanted it to be about my family.
Look at how he is still positioning himself as the one who has the authority, the one who should be prioritized. When truly, I mean, from what it looks like, the girl is a victim now, right? We should prioritize his wants and his needs.
I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is called a deflection. That's all he's doing. And he's trying to garner some sympathy.
And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize.
Okay, not only is this a deflection, but then he's also trying to manipulate the public in a sense of saying that he's not guilty or he's not wrong. He didn't do a disservice or injustice if he's saying his family is telling him to stop apologizing. You understand what I'm saying? He's trying to use this as a manipulative tactic to say, I did nothing wrong. My family is telling me to stop apologizing. But here's the truth of the matter, Shannon. You did do something wrong, okay? And mistakes are costly, upward of $20 million. And then also, I'd like to mention too, he probably has a lot of people around him who are not going to hold him accountable, which is why the brother is saying, no, bro, you don't have to apologize. It's cool. You ain't do nothing wrong, which is also enabling this type of abusive and manipulative behavior. So I'm pretty sure he has another 19-year-old, 20-year-old, hell, probably 18-year-old somewhere lurking in his lair because his family and everybody else and us too shouldn't feel like he did anything wrong. There's no need to apologize. Are you kidding me? You shouldn't apologize for the embarrassment that you brought to your family or to this woman who you hurt or whatever the case may be, or the fans who are women and they're supporting you and they feel triggered. You shouldn't be apologetic at all. He's doubling down, guys, on his position. He's doubling down on those deviances.
I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. I was able to bring that to ESPN, so I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday.
I'm still not over why he feels the need that he should have some sort of special privilege or some special type of accommodations, bro. Like, I don't understand. I think because of all of the cooning, all of the whatever, his proximity to whiteness and research, he feels like he should have at least had that. They don't care about that, brother. They don't care about that. They have ESPN as a network and who's associated with Disney and Hulu. You think they give about your big bell pepper ass nose? Please. He really thought that he was going to be able to break the news whenever he wanted to, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You still decided to do what you did. You're trying to pass the buck and deflect and not take accountability. Oh, ESPN could have waited. No, what you could have done was not fuck around with that 19-year-old girl operating in lust and jeopardize your whole career and your legacy. You out here peddling pills and the shit got you hemmed up. And then you became a mark by a 19-year-old girl. What a shame.
Because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me that I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. That was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me. when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been, be it Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed.
Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. He thought that little extra cooning was going to give him a an extra layer of protection. You're not insulated by your money or anything else that you over there peddling. And I find it interesting that he's only specifically apologizing to his brother. He's so sorry to his brother. My brother, my brother. What about your family? What about the people who are associated to you? What about the people who you are responsible for and take care of? Oh, wait, you don't give money to your children. You have to make sure that your black children are working hard for their money, but you can just pass it over to this 19-year-old or now 23-year-old OnlyFans girl because you a man and it ain't illegal. And I really want to talk about this a little bit because it's always a conversation of, I didn't do anything illegal. She was of legal age and this, that, and the third. But we all know that there's something not quite right about a 60-year-old man dealing with a 19-year-old girl. Sure, it's legal. Sure, it's legal. And I use this example all the time. Do you know that it's legal in the state of West Virginia to have sex with an animal as long as it's 25 pounds or under? Do you know that? That's also legal. That means you want to go stick your peen in an animal? Right? No, right? That's crazy. It sounds crazy. The same applies here. And I find the selective outrage when it comes to like, oh, black man, he ain't doing nothing wrong, and she was grown, she was of age. It is sickening, it is perverted, and it's rooted in lust and perversion. That's all it is. And he still is not taking accountability. People think that their money comes in a way that insulates them, that they don't have to abide by certain laws. You thought that you were so protected by ESPN and your Hall of Famer and your American football. They don't matter. That don't matter. And then the fact that he had warnings from two individuals. Cat Williams came on and said, you have an unhealthy allegiance to losers. Whole time he was talking about himself. He the damn loser. Okay? He was losing because he's in that low vibrational energy. These kind of men, lack of accountability. You want to explain it away. It's not illegal. It's not illegal. You want to explain it away and not take accountability. I'm telling y'all, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if he don't got somebody lurking already in the background. He already got him a new Michelle, and his family is going to, ride by him and stand by him because, what else did he want to do? Okay. He obviously is King Kunta over there. No pun intended. And this is just really sickening and embarrassing. A man is going to be a man at the end of the day, but at least be a man of integrity. You talk all of this, and this, that, and the third. I'm a man, I'm testosterone out, this, that, and the third, but you over there hunching on a 19-year-old girl. And then on top of that, the girl was able to outsmart and outwit you. And also, I want to talk about giving and platforming people who don't deserve it because he throws a football and because he's, connected to Chad and all of these different things, we made him an authority in a space where he doesn't even know how to handle it. He doesn't even know how to handle it. We're platforming people because they have the money, the capital, and access to host a couple of interviews. You can tell in the way that he treated some of his guests. He doesn't. He's not aware. He's lacking culturally, socially. He missed social cues. And sure, it's a nice little vibe, and I can see where it's going. But he's not in that mental state. He's lacking something. Okay. And I'm not trying to say, be all like, oh, he's dumb or whatever, or he is a dummy. Use a dummy, but to be clear. But he does not have the range that it required to hold the position that we gave him because we platformed him as the community. We did. He don't want to give the money and he's promoting it. And there's people who are looking up to him who's thinking, well, when I get on, I'm not giving my kids and I'm not this and the third, but he'll pass his money along and make another person, another young girl, an OnlyFans model, a rich woman, and retire her at the tender age of 23. Tender love, tender love. Ooh, 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 ooh. When will you niggas learn? Let me know what you think about this. I'm curious to know. Drop down in the comments. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video.